What's up, everybody? This is Alex with the Stock Operator channel, back with another weekly update video. For those of you who are new to the channel, this is an $100,000 account I started about last year. I'm growing for my son. And yeah, what a wild week, from last week and actually the couple weeks before, we've basically been flat on the account here for about 4 weeks now. But under the surface, man, we've been chopping around like crazy. We actually thought that this video today was going to be a happy one, and I'll get into it in later on in the video. But yeah, we got slammed today. The account was almost down 4% on the day, because we had a lot of stuff going on today. The majority of the count was down a lot. Like Figure was down 25%, CoreWeave was down 20%, but we got actually a lot of nice moves. Like we're in the stock Circle, which went up about 45% this week, and we had some call options in that. So we're going to go over all that later on in the video. But what I want to do is just show you guys what's going on right now. Yeah, the account's sitting at $132,709. We are currently up 3.9% on the year, and we are in a 6.5% drawdown. And some stats I really like to take a look at here is the Sharpe ratio, 1 year, and also 6-month Sharpe ratio, the beta of the account, and then the distance from the quarterly moving average of the equity curve. So this is kind of the account we're working with. Yeah, we're trying to get back above our quarterly moving average, but it's proving to be very, very difficult because, we were sitting pretty earlier, as you guys could see over here. The count was almost at like 137 yesterday, but today it really cracked and went down a lot. So yeah, so for those of you guys who are new, this is primarily the account that we're working with. We have 30% in fixed income, which, man, some of these things are just getting clobbered. We have some BDCs, and credit's not looking so good. We're going to go over that later on in the video. But we have fixed income, we have some call spreads, and then we have a diversified basket of, generally things that are associated with AI and the build out of AI and the energy source related to AI. We did make some changes with one energy stock that we took some profit on today, and we put some more into Figure, but we'll get into that also later in the video. But that's pretty much the account that we are working with. And yeah, so I mean, this is like a little app that I'm building slowly with you guys on the channel, and we're trying to make things better over time. But the majority of what I wanted to kind of do with this app is basically track my market cycles. And we've actually what's crazy is we've been in a green cycle, and it's day 6 of a green cycle, but we already have 3 distribution days inside of this green cycle, and the cycle return is about 0.2%, which the average is about 3.5. Very, very weak green cycle, which is probably means it's going to fail soon. And if it fails, then we could go to a yellow, and then we could go to red and fail again. So market's not looking too hot at the moment. It is up 1% on the year, and average for February is about 2.8%. And the market's in a 1.58 or 59% drawdown. So market's looking a little weak, and we're going to get into some specifics here later in the video, like some private credit stuff, and crypto related things and software related things, and also just some other stocks that we're getting into and that are proving to be working right now, like energy names. So yeah. Okay, I haven't done this in a while, but I just wanted to show you guys some charts. The first chart I want to show you is this 20 bull, 20 bear chart, and it basically tracks the number of stocks that have moved 20% in 5 days. And as you can see here in red, that's the 20% bearish. And we had a very, very big reading the other day, I think earlier in February, where it spiked to 160. And it has since come down. Now, we were getting bullish at that moment because we said, okay, this is a very, very steep decline. You would expect the market to V, but because it hasn't, because it's kind of stalled out, that gives us a little bit of pause, okay? Yeah, if we go out to the 1 year on this thing, it hasn't spiked like that in a long time, since April, but a spike like that has produced, a massive rally back in April, but it didn't this time. So a little wary. Okay, so this is another chart that I want to show you guys. I haven't shown this in a while. This is my stage analysis, okay? And more specifically, this is diving into new uptrends, which is S2A, in light green, stage two, which is medium term uptrends, and then stage 2B, which is longer term uptrends. And what we were saying, when we were showing this stat a lot back in December and January, is we were waiting for the stage 2B to catch up here, and we have since gotten it. Okay, so we have a lot more names in stage 2B now, because we are bullish on the market, but we're like, okay, we need stage 2B stocks, because typically how a bull market plays out is you get this pop in stage 2A, then you get a stage 2 pop, and then you get the stage 2B pop, and then that's over with. As you can see, if I go back here on a 3-year chart, that's typically how it goes. Stage 2A pop, then the stage 2 pops, and then the stage 2B, and then we get a decline. So same thing seems to be happening here. I can even go backwards even further here on this chart. And then you can kind of see stage 2A pops, stage 2 pops, stage 2B, and then we got the bear market in 2022. Stage 2A in 2023, stage 2, middle 2023, and then stage 2B pops. And then it was kind of this rolling bullishness slash bearishness throughout 2023, 2024, and then the 2025. So that's pretty much how the market cycles work here. And so, we've since seen this pop in stage 2B. So market could get pretty bearish here pretty quickly, because now we've finally gotten that pop in stage 2B. So we're trying to be a little bit more defensive here. But yeah, it's even in fixed income, there's a lot of things that are falling. So it's a very hard market at the moment. Okay, another chart I wanted to show you is just actually the stage analysis. Okay, so this is uptrends, downtrends, sideways after uptrends, and sideways after downtrends. And as you can see here in orange, we've had sideways action after downtrends declining here, but we're seeing a pickup, or actually we're not seeing a pickup in stage 2 stocks here, which typically that's what you look for. Actually, these stocks that are in sideways after downtrends seem to be going into stage 4, which is more downtrends. So yeah, slightly picking up downtrends and sideways after uptrends, and this kind of stage 2 seems to be rolling over. And if we go back here and we look at a wider chart, it's pretty much here at the top end of this range here in stage 2 stocks, and we're seeing this gradual pickup in stage 4. Yeah, I mean, it's just some more evidence about how bearish this market is and how we kind of need something to correct this, before we can get any more bullish action. So lots of chop, lots of distribution happening, and yeah, just under the surface, it's just things aren't acting the way they should on the bullish side. So let's get into some charts. Okay, so the first chart I want to show you guys is this figure. It's the worst stock. I mean, it went from the best stock, we were up a lot on this thing. What was this? We were up like over 100. We got a double on it in like a month. And then it has since rapidly declined almost 70% from the highs. So definitely released earnings and everything seems to be okay, but they're going into first lien mortgages instead of kind of riskier mortgages, and their amount of money they're going to make on those they're pricing it basically as not a crypto high velocity, high growth name. It's like going back to like a bank sort of valuation. But I typed some numbers into Gemini, and it's like they're basically selling the technology business and the crypto exchange business for free now compared to over here, and just the mortgage business is what it's worth here maybe, and they have like $5 a share of cash. So yeah, it's getting a little crazy here, but markets can stay crazy for a long time. So we did add to this down here because now it's basically back to the IPO price. They did an offering at $32, and everybody's obviously down a lot on this thing since the offering. So that's going to put a ceiling on the price. But we're in it for the long term, and we already have a cost basis, and we started buying this thing in November. So we're trying to get some long-term capital gains on this, and also in my personal account. But yeah, just a lot of red out there in the market. So CoreWeave also had earnings down 20% on the day. Lots of people are talking about edge computing versus big data center computing because it's very expensive. but this thing really took it on the chin as well. Notable is actually for Nvidia. Let me show you guys. Nvidia. Um, yeah, had that really good earnings. Okay, it kind of looks like the QQQ a little bit. Um, Broke out before earnings, good earnings, and it's down 10%. Similar vibe to QQQ right here. Okay, very similar. It's just lagging the Qs a little bit, but just interesting action there. And while I'm on the Qs, a couple of videos ago, we were talking about how it was in this channel. And also, confluence with the quarterly moving average. And now the quarterly moving average is acting as resistance, where before it was acting as a support. So, not such a good look for the Qs. And with everything else I was saying, like, we had a big pickup in, 20% bearish, and we didn't really get a rally to get back. So, market's kind of testing everybody here. Yeah. So moving onwards to, some crypto related names. We had this nice move the other day. I sold some calls into this rally, but it just can't get a bid. Every time we get these days that seem to be good on, BMNR, big volume comes in and it, uh, you know, gets killed. But one positive in crypto was we were in this circle, and you could really tell the difference, between the two stocks. Like off of this low, you see how this thing kind of drifted a little bit lower. And if you look at circle, it's these tiny little things that you can pick up on in the market, and they show you a little bit, but it's still very nuanced and very hard. But this is looking pretty good. This sprung the low end of the IPO base here and pick up in volume, and it's looking pretty decent. We have the 75-90 call spread, and also the 100-115 call. We're very heavy in this circle, and it was protecting us. If we didn't have this circle, we would be down a lot. I mean, there's a lot of positions that we're in that are, just down a lot. From BEs down 7, orbs, BMNR. A lot of things in the account are down 5 to 25% today. So pretty brutal out there in the market. Tempest had some earnings, and it didn't do so well either. So one thing I wanted to note here. Oh, also we had this Zoom blow up. Yeah, this is another cheap stock, lots of cash on the balance sheet, has Anthropic shares, but now Anthropic is going through some stuff with the Secretary of Defense or War, or whatever they call it. And that's probably adding to the sentiment in this trade as well. Nice mover this week was CRISPR. CRISPR's actually showing a lot of strength here. We were hoping that Tempest would show the same. Tempest AI, another AI kind of healthcare stock and genomic stock. But looking forward to this. We have these 60 calls and the 62 call spreads, with 60 to 70 and 77. So this could really moon the account if this thing gets more steam, if we don't go into a really bearish period, but it's looking like it. So, man, it could really go either way. Last thing I wanted to show you today is just the utter destruction in private credit and BDCs more specifically. So what's going on here is a lot of these BDCs, they lent to these smaller to mid-sized software companies. And these guys are basically like paying off their debt with more debt. And that's the worst thing you want to see as a debt investor, because essentially software is getting destroyed. And so these guys have all the loans on software. We're seeing massive blowups like OXLC. This thing is just really massively down, pick up in volume, just really bad action here. FSC. Oh, this is another credit fund. Just, nasty. This thing had a nice uptrend for 2 years, up 70%, and it's given it all back in a couple months, basically. So really, really treacherous market. If we look at the private credit guys, this looks pretty climactic too. If we look at KKR, if we look at Ares, and Apollo, geez, it's just a nasty, nasty day. And then also financials really blew up today. That's why I think Figure hit it really hard. These financials are kind of blowing up, which is, I don't know, it's not something you want to see when, you've got credit instruments tied to software, literally blowing up. everywhere. So, surprising that our account is here. I'll go back up here to the top. Surprising that our account is we're still up, even though we're exposed to so many of these things. That's why it's good to diversify and size things correctly. But this could turn negative very quickly, and we could start keep going down. But we're going to monitor it like we always do. So yeah, with that, that's pretty much the update. Market is on edge here. Green, day 6 with not such a good run here with the market, and we're looking like we're gonna pull back here. Fourth day distribution day is actually one of the worst days, so we can have an even worse day coming. Just doesn't look that good. So brace for impact, and good luck out there, guys. All right, have a good one. Cheers.